something thinking that she knows better, but it's kind of like when people think they know everything but don't really know everything. It's like a person that has a ton of book smarts but doesn't have any common sense. That's what Pearl reminds me of. You know I had to talk about this one, folks. So the grifter Pearl Davis is at it again. Her and Brittany Renner, they have came together and they were on a podcast. They did a couple of episodes, but now it seems that Pearl can't take the heat. Brittany Renner calls her out on the podcast, and oh, sweet, innocent, pearly things just goes and leaves, man. I told y'all, man, the grifter being called out, and she couldn't take it. So you know what? I'm going to let Brittany Renner do it. I'm not the biggest fan of Brittany Renner, but somebody had to say it. So let's get to this podcast, man. Brittany Renner calls out Pearl. Let's get to it.
So now we're moving right along to a segment called Panel Pull Out. Pull out. I see what we did there. So each host will pull something from the internet or socials that they would like to address with that specific host. Sounds a little messy. We're gonna start with Pearl.
Sounds so messy.
I'm gonna tell you, I knew exactly what Brittany was doing. Brittany probably been thinking about this for a long time. She probably like, yo, I got something good today. This is gonna break the internet because I'm gonna tell you something. This is what you call being messy.
We're gonna start with Pearl.
I'm first.
Yes. I mean, at first, yeah.
Okay, so I saw something that you retweeted, Brittany. And it was something about it was something about female intuition.
Okay.
And I just don't think female intuition exists. I think female intuition is terrible.
I think it's terrible in what way?
We make terrible choices as women. So people will always say, "Oh, my female intuition, I knew because of my female intuition." And yeah, I don't think it's really a thing.
Come on, Pearl. It'd be one thing if you was a man saying that, but you're a woman saying there's no female's intuition. So you have never in your life had female's intuition. You never in your life had female's intuition. I just want to know, really, do I believe in it? Not really, but majority of the women, even my mama, she swears on it. Women's intuition is a thing. Maybe you've never experienced it because, you're a grifter, but hey, we gonna find out.
Well, intuition, just simply put, is heightened awareness. And so it stems from when women were at home with children and had to be tuned into what was going on. So intuition doesn't just stop at children, it's across the board. So if you aren't tuned into your intuition, that's a you thing.
No. I just look at the choices we make,
We are you.
We as women.
Okay, what
kind of choices do you make, Brittany?
But you're the one who's, we're talking, you're saying that females don't make good choices,
well, look at, we all.
I knew this was going to happen, yo. Brittany called her out. Pearl, like a boomerang. Whoop, 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 whoop. Go right back, man. So this is going to be good, man. Honestly, Pearl knows she's not going to win this argument. You're not going to win this argument, Pearl. Not against a woman like Brittany, man. Let's continue.
I'm the majority. I have no debt, right? But women in general.
That's because you're from a rich family, girl. Congratulations, girl. You're from a rich family, so what are you talking about no debt, girl?
Women in general have a
congratulations. Like, you don't get a fish don't get applauded for
I'm
swimming.
lucky. That's why I said I'm lucky.
Okay, so for you, so why lead with that? So why lead with that? So why lead with that?
You asked for an example, and I'm going to give it to you. Do you want me to start?
Girl, okay. Let me tell you what
let's talk about
what we're not gonna do, because you have a history of doing this, because I'm familiar with you, okay? Girl, what you like to do is you like to say these really stupid fucking comments, right? And then so what you do, then you like sit back and then you're like, you think you're so smart, you have this fucking smug ass look on your face, and then you're waiting for someone to give you that like emotional, like passionate response. So then you can sit there and be super dismissive and really kind of just gaslight. And I don't know, as a female,
gaslight.
Like, no.
You know what? I gotta give Brittany Renner credit though. She does do that though. You know what I'm saying? I've watched a lot of Pearl clips, and she will say something thinking that she knows better, but it's kind of like when people think they know everything but don't really know everything. It's like a person that has a ton of book smarts but doesn't have any common sense. That's what Pearl reminds me of. She reminds me of a person that has a bunch of book smarts, smart as a rock, smart as a ton of bricks. I mean, I'm not as stupid as a ton of bricks, but smart as a whole novel of books, but doesn't have any common sense. And that's the mistake that Pearl has. And Brittany is using her common sense like, yo, I'm going to call you out on it. And the sad part is, man, people been saying this for a long time as far as Pearl grifter. She's a professional grifter. She got in the red pill space. Everybody welcomed her in. She got over 1 million subscribers. After Kevin Samuels passed away, she knew there was an open lane for that. So her and Andrew Tate went to the open lane once Kevin Samuels passed away. But she messed the bag up, and look what she's doing. She's on a podcast with Brittany Renner. Let that sink in.
Yeah, do you know what that word means?
You guys use it for everything.
You guys.
Go ahead.
Okay, you know what's funny about using you guys is seriously, it kind of feels like the only thing that is actually feminine about you is that you have a vagina. Okay. Because I feel like, there's like a man on the panel.
Okay, what's feminine about you, Brittany?
Everything is feminine about me.
Oh, come on. Like, I'm not trying to go personal here. So I don't know why you're trying to make this personal.
No, you made it personal when you led with, hey, I don't have any debt.
I don't know.
As if that's a flex because your parents have money.
You asked
What have you actually earned for yourself?
Brittany, you asked me. I'm saying in general, women own the majority of debt. We don't make great choices. If we look at who we pick, let's look at romantic decisions. Women don't make very good romantic decisions in general.
There's a point that needs to be made.
I mean, she does have a point though. But you know what? To Pearl's credit, there's women who don't make good romantic decisions, and she's an example of it. Remember her ex-boyfriend looked like an African ape or whatever? She made that decision to deal with that dude. I'm not trying to, go at her or nothing, but you made that decision. But people make bad decisions, no matter what it is, a man or a woman, but there are also women out there who do make questionable decisions on who they deal with, who they open their legs up to and give these kids to, because there's a lot of these pookies and ray-rays with a bunch of kids out there, and if the woman would have used her intuition, then it wouldn't be a bunch of pookies with a bunch of little pookies and ray-rays running around. Let's continue.
Though, and that's the fact that what I heard Brittany say earlier was she's talking about people who have there's a deep heightened intuition. And I think where the conversation is splitting is the fact that you're actually talking about people who don't have that, who have it turned off, who are disconnected
like her.
From their intuition, who don't make poor decisions. We make poor decisions. Like when we actually go down to the root of why it is that we make these poor decisions, there's layers and layers and layers and layers to it. And more of it is going to come from just like the science and backing that you kind of put into collective bundles that ultimately just come from who? The white man that you were raised by. So when it comes to I'm just saying there's a certain level of understanding that's not there. So that's not you making a decision, that's you being born into white privilege, and we need you to acknowledge that. So that's not a decision that you made. That is the way you came into this. And honestly, girl, you're a family of like 9 or 10. Like all that's how your dad set you up. So there are things that you genuinely did not have to experience. Right. You don't fucking know.
She right. Like I think this is the thing about people who came up with having a silver spoon in their mouth or having the privilege of growing up in a great community. Both parents worked, or father worked and the mother took care of the household or whatever. This is what you know a 2-parent household. Guy like myself, I don't know a 2-parent household. I was raised by a single mother. Pearl wouldn't know nothing about that because you had both your mother and your father. And see, I think that's what Brittany's trying to say. Like, yo, you didn't come up through this struggle. We came up through the struggle. We came up through the hard times. You didn't have a lot of hard times in your life. That's like, you know, when she says she gives advice to men about you can't give dating advice or you can't give marriage advice or wife advice. You've never been a wife. That's like me giving advice about being a good husband. I've never been a husband. I'm not gonna give advice like that. That's what Brittany's trying to say. Let's continue.
You get to sit there again. So you don't even have to make any decisions. You're the same person. You are the same person that the last time I saw you accidentally. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking. And you get to go. You're the same person who accidentally spent $50,000 and your dad was able to pay it off on your credit card. Yes, you did when you spent.
I didn't actually.
You're the one who said an accident. I spent over my limit. That's what you said. That's what you said. So again, that's what you said. That's what you said. The last time that I saw you. Yeah. So again, we're going back to your girl. What the shit that comes? That's what I'm saying. The shit that comes out of your mouth. You literally just say whatever.
Why are you getting so mad over?
Because honestly, you're fucking delusional.
Brittany.
No, Brittany. Go ahead.
Brittany, I think there's one thing that we have to say. If you're gonna yell at me, I'm not gonna do the show. Like you don't have to. You don't have to scream at me. That's so disrespectful. You know, I'm not here to get like that's like you don't have to be rude. I don't.
You know what though? Honestly, she just walked off. Honestly, man, I think Brittany didn't want. And this is something that I have to say, and I'm gonna close out with this. It was a good idea. I understand why Brittany brought Pearl onto her show, whatever, boost the ratings, make a little content, get a little heated discussion. But at the end of the day, like I knew this wasn't gonna work. I knew from the beginning. When I first saw Pearl and Brittany on a TV screen together, I knew this wasn't gonna work. And you see it. Brittany got gaslighted, went after Pearl, and even though Brittany made a lot of valid points, she went at her like, she unloaded the clip on her like, Brittany been holding this for a long time. You could tell she been holding that back for a long time, and she finally let it go. But I knew this wasn't gonna work. And Pearl, stop grifting. That's the issue that I have. You keep on going from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Would you be on that show if you were still monetized on YouTube? I'm just trying to say. I'm trying to say. That was y'all little queen or whatever. This what it is what it is. Brittany called out. It is what it is. It's your boy Jay. Here with another video. If you like the video, hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button. On my road to 5,000 subscribers. You know me. Let's get the conversation started. Was Brittany Renner in the right for going at Pearl the way she did? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, folks, I'm out.